Hi and welcome for a new video. In this video I am doing unboxing of the latest, actually not the latest, but somewhat old Motorola smartphone. It is a Motorola E5 Plus. It is an affordable and budget Android smartphone with great features. By the way, Motorola E5 Plus is not the only Motorola smartphone that I have. Here is a small collection of Moto smartphones that I am going to unbox. Some are latest, some are previous iterations. After unboxing, I am going to compare all these smartphones with each other. The first phone that I bought in this lot is Moto G6 Play. This is a great variant, comes with a lot of features. It has been some time since the launch, but it is still not obsolete. The next phone that I bought is the best variant in the lot, and it's Moto G6. This is a mid-ranger. I have two variants of this phone. I have both 3GB and 4GB variants. This current one is 4GB variant. It does not have a huge battery like others, but it's still a great phone. Then the next is a Moto E5. It's an offline variant. I'm going to unbox it after the unboxing of E5 Plus is done. After that, there is Moto E4. This phone was launched a year ago. I bought it to compare it with its successors. I mean the Moto E5 and Moto E5 Plus. This phone is currently not selling in the market. Maybe you might get a used variant, but the only reason I went for it is to compare the Moto E5 and E5 Plus with the E4 and the E4 Plus. And yeah, I actually have the Moto E4 Plus also. This also has 5000 mAh battery, so it will be interesting to see how it compares with the E5 Plus. Let's move on now and look at the specs of the Moto E5 Plus. The most important aspect of this smartphone is its battery life. It has 5000 mAh battery. The new thing for this series is its aspect ratio, which is 18:9. In camera it has 12 megapixel. Let's cut the seal open now. The top cover seems easy to remove. It's not tightly fit. After removing the top of the box, the first thing you will see is the smartphone. The back cover is already put on the Moto E5 Plus. It's a clear silicone cover. Right out of the box, the phone looks very large, and why not? It's a 6-inch smartphone with a 5000 mAh battery. With this size, the phone falls in phablet area. Actually, it used to. 4 years back, the phones that had 6-inch size were called phablets, and phones with 7-inch screen size were called tablets. Now I think sooner or later 7-inch smartphones will come, and they will still be called smartphones instead of tablets. In spite of having 6-inch size, this phone is smaller because of the less bezels and also the aspect ratio. The back of the phone is very shiny and different compared to the previous Motorola phones that I have used. The previous Motorola phones were good, but this design is much better. I hope that Motorola improves on this design, because the other phones, the phones from other brands, are much more beautiful than Motorola smartphones. The back is clearly visible through the silicone case. It's like the case is not even there. And by the way, it's beautiful. It looks like a premium smartphone. I bought gold color because it not just looks cool, but it is also friendly for the camera. All the edges and the sides can be clearly seen in this video. When the phone is gold, in black color, it is completely opposite. It becomes a little difficult to film this in the camera. Now let's keep the phone aside and see what else is in the box. These are all the paperwork and warranty cards. Let us keep this aside too. The next is SIM card removal tool. Then we have charger, a headset, and a USB cable. I will now remove this charger from the plastic wrapping and show you the charger from close up, and you can also see the specs. So after removing it from the cover, this is how the charger looks like. I will rotate it on all sides so that you can see it. Here are the specs of the charger. You can read it if you want. It is a charger with 2 amps output. That means it's a fast charger. Next item is the headset. It is white in color. The quality can only be known after using. For now, I can only talk about build quality, which is actually good. Then the last item is USB cable, which I don't think is worth seeing because it is just a common USB cable. I will now remove this transparent silicone back cover and show you how the smartphone looks like without it. Without the cover, the back of the phone shines a lot. You can see different shades of gold when you turn the phone. It is quite nice and a cool feature on a phone. This is first time I am seeing something like this. I'm seeing color variation for the first time. I think Huawei Honor 8C also has, actually it also has, but this one is the most shiniest. To the touch, the back feels smooth and soft. It is also slippery. Thus, having a back cover on it becomes a must. To the eyes, it feels like the back is made out of glass, but it is nothing like such. To show you what I'm talking about, I'll zoom the camera towards the phone. Now you can see different shades and shine. I will now unzoom it. You can still see the shades. Right now the phone is within the reach of the camera's lens. On the front of the phone, the story is completely different. The phone's design is plain. It's just a plain gold with no shine. The screen is of aspect ratio 18:9. Because of this, the screen makes up most of the front. But at the same time, it is not a bezel-less phone. It has some bezels on the side and the bottom. The bezels on the top is also small and also required for the 5 megapixel and the front-facing flash. The size of the phone's screen is 6 inch. Because of this, the phone is slightly big. I will start the phone now. While it boots, I will show you other physical aspects of the phone. The first thing I want to show you is the bottom of the phone. The bottom of the phone has a micro USB charging port and a microphone hole. On the right side of the phone, you can see that there are volume buttons and a power button. On the left of the phone, we have SIM card tray. This is a dual SIM smartphone. The tray also has a separate slot for SD card. So you can have 2 SIMs and 1 SD card on this phone. On the top, we have 3.5mm headphone jack. It is really great to have a headphone jack. There is another hole here. These holes are mostly provided for noise cancellation. Now that we are done seeing the physical features, let us see the display and performance related stuff on this phone. So this is the phone after the initial setup. I have skipped that part. The icons and the screen is completely blown out. I will tone the brightness down so that the screen can be clearly visible. So after reducing the brightness, this is how the screen looks like. To the naked eye, the display is sharp and bright. In other words, it looks lovely. This phone has stock Android. Actually, all Motorola smartphones come with stock Android. This is one of the main USP of these smartphones. The touch is responsive. Navigation in the phone is also fast. The transition between the screen is also fast. Let us now look at the drop-down menu. Since this is stock Android, it is as any other stock Android's drop-down menu. If you are looking at a stock Android drop-down menu for the first time, so yeah, this is how it looks like. In the drop-down menu, we have various shortcuts like for Wi-Fi, mobile data, to health, off active SIM networks. There is also a shortcut for battery saver and DND. On the second window of drop-down menu, we have these options such as flash and airplane mode. Let us now go to the settings. This is how the settings of the typical stock Android smartphone looks like. First, we have a setting for network and internet, followed by connected devices. Third in the list is setting for apps and notification, followed by settings for battery, display, sound and storage. Let us now move forward and look at the storage of the device. So it has 32 GB internal storage, 5.55 GB of it is already used, which accounts for 17% of the total storage. So we have around 26.45 GB of free space. Let us now move forward and open the system settings. So these are the settings we have available here. First we have settings for language, then date, then time and so on. Now let us go to the about phone section. This is the most desired section. Everyone wants to kind of look at it before buying or so. Here you can see baseband version, kernel version, build number of the phone. Lastly, let us look at the battery of the smartphone. Out of the box, it has nearly 70% charging. Now that we have seen both inside and outside of the phone, I would like to conclude the unboxing by telling you few things about how I feel about the phone after handling it for the first time. At 6 inches, this smartphone is huge, but due to the 18:9 aspect ratio, it is still compact enough to put it in the pocket and handle it. The battery is 5000 mAh, because of which the phone is slightly thick and heavy compared to other phones. The back of the phone is very shiny and a fingerprint magnet at the same time. This is a dual camera smartphone. It is a positive point for this phone in this price range. The performance of the phone in the first handling feels good. There is nothing in the phone that would prompt me to not suggest this phone to anybody. I will install different apps and test this phone for battery and various other stuff. I have many other phones in this price range. I am going to compare this phone with all other phones. So this was unboxing and overview of Motorola E5 Plus. I will end the video here and meet you guys another time with another video. Have a nice day.